It's 8 a.m. and I just got home from taking the kids to school, and I already have 10 packages on Poshmark and eBay to ship out today. I made over $9,000 gross revenue last month working part-time as a stay-at-home mom. But it's surprising how much of that gross revenue actually makes it to my bank account and is my net income.
What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. I had a killer month in August as a reseller on Poshmark and eBay, as well as digital products and YouTube. In today's video, I am going to be sharing out the split out between my different revenue sources as well as my profit and loss. And before you stop, we're not getting over analytical and numbers. I'm basically just going to show you my gross revenue, my top number, take out my shipping and fees, my cost of goods, how much it costs to purchase the items that sold, expenses, and then how much it costs for taxes to show you how much money resellers and YouTubers actually make. This is a monthly video where I go through and share these numbers, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as tips and tricks on how I am a part-time seller making almost $10,000 a month. This week, I have a video coming out on an accidental hack that I found on eBay that increased my sales 300%, as well as living in the most expensive city in the country and the least expensive city, what it would take to become resellers. It's vastly different depending on your cost of living. We will be looking at August numbers, and if you don't follow me, a little bit about my background so you know where these numbers are coming from. I am a part-time reseller. I work beginning of August, 5 to 10 hours a week. Kids were still on summer break, and now I'm ramping up to about 20 hours a week. This includes social media as well as reselling activities on Poshmark and eBay. I do have 3 digital products and 2 courses available for the resellers, analytics and tools to help you look at your numbers when you're reselling, as well as a virtual assistant to list for me. I do all of the photos, however, they create the drafts. I will link a video up here on my virtual assistant process. I sell mainly women's clothing, shoes, and purses, new with tags from liquidation lots, as well as thrifting. In this chart right here, my thrifting actually has a higher profit and higher sell-through rate. So I'm slowly starting to get more into thrifting as things open back up and I'm not at home remote learning with my children like I was last year. And you will see that reflected in my cost of goods. Slowly, my cost of goods is going down as thrifting and sourcing from the Goodwill outlet bins does tend to be lower. All right, my gross revenue, this is your top number. We will get into taking everything out to see what my net income is. But my gross revenue was $9,096 for the month of August. You can see I took a little dip in June and July, and that's because I was working under 5 hours a week. I took the summer off with my children. Sending offers and shipping was really all that I was doing. I had enough photos to last me for the summer, and my VAs continued to draft. I launched them. It takes 30 seconds to launch a draft, and then I was just sending out offers and doing shipping, whatever came in. But I am slowly increasing back up to that level that I was at before. I like to be around that $10,000 level. I mean, more is always okay. So the gross revenue, roughly $9,000. Cost of goods. This is of those items that sold, 219 items sold in August for me. It cost $1,852.34. This gives me an hourly rate, a gross hourly rate of $151. My gross profit is $7,243.77. That's 79%. As resellers, we're pretty fortunate because we do have a low cost of goods, especially now that I am thrifting a little bit more often. And then obviously my time has no cost of goods associated with it. So our percentage, our gross profit margin tends to be pretty high for a small business, but there's more to it. There's also we're going to get shipping and fees has to come out of this number. Expenses, it costs money to run a business. Even if you do it out of the house like I do, there's still expenses that are associated. And then taxes, you have to pay those taxes as a small business. We will get all into that. All right, here's a split out of that roughly $9,000. This is where that revenue is coming from. 76% comes from eBay, 13% is coming from Poshmark. I am now starting to get more inventory onto Poshmark, and that is increasing my Poshmark revenue. And then you can see the dashboard and YouTube. You can tell I don't make a lot of money off of social media. It is not a large percent of my gross revenue. All right, now what comes out is your selling fees and your shipping. It costs money to sell on these platforms. This is what's associated with my reselling business. Selling fees, eBay, I will link a video up here. eBay selling fees can be very complex. My selling fees on eBay are actually down to 12%. They've been roughly 13 to 14% in the past. I will link a video up here on the new pricing strategy that I'm using. And not only is it increasing my full price sales, it's also decreasing my fees, which ultimately is going to bring more money into my pocket. It's making my net income higher because I am paying less fees. Poshmark fees is a flat 20%. This is one reason that I do not put everything on to Poshmark first. I am moving things over there, but I usually leave things on eBay for a month or two first because my fees are so much lower and my average sale price on eBay is higher. I will link a video up here comparing the two, my numbers. Always recommend looking at your numbers because it may play out different for you. Shipping on eBay, I do a pass-through essentially shipping. I do charge for shipping. I don't do free shipping. If you look at eBay filters, there is a filter that says lowest price plus shipping. So as long as you're keeping a competitive price and competitive shipping, I don't find that shipping really does anything for me. However, I always recommend looking at your numbers, trying it out for a month and see what happens to your sales numbers because it could be different depending on what you sell. It may be more competitive to have free shipping, or if you're a new seller and you're really trying to get started. When I started on eBay, I had free shipping. I had everything just to get the momentum going. Selling fees, $1,275. Shipping cost me roughly $1,100, which gives me a contribution margin. So this is after you take out cost of goods, after you take out selling fees and shipping, contribution margin of $4,858.97, roughly 53%. If you follow me and watch this every month, you will notice this is slowly going up. And this is because my COGS are going down. So as I'm spending less money for things to sell, it's going to increase my margins. Ultimately, it's going to increase my net income. Now for expenses. Last month in August, I spent $1,320.20 on expenses. Let's look at where that's coming from. This is a split out of expenses. These are things that it costs to run my business. You have shrink and loss. So if things aren't selling or you get home and something is damaged, that's a shrink and loss. That goes into expense. You paid for it, but it's not a cost of goods sold because you didn't sell it. That comes out of your expenses. Donations, if you have sometimes old inventory, if it just isn't selling, I will go ahead and donate it. You can see in this chart, the largest percentage of my expenses is coming from my virtual assistants. For me, that is absolutely an expense that's worth it because it allows me to list between 10 and 15 items every single day. As a stay-at-home mom of 3 children, working under 20 hours, there is no way I could list that level of inventory to be able to make that level of sales, especially doing social media. Office supplies, websites, reselling, consignment, banking fees, phone, internet, electricity, water, trash, marketing expenses, administrative expenses, IT, and affiliate payments. The affiliate payments for expenses is I have an affiliate program for my dashboards and digital products, and I do pay out affiliates for that. I am an affiliate for various different places. You can see this month it didn't bring me in any income. I don't push products. I just have links down below of things that I use. So it is not a main strategy for me to be using affiliate marketing as a source of revenue. Profit before taxes. This is essentially my taxable income. Taking out my cost of goods, selling fees, shipping fees, and expenses, this is what can be taxed. I will get into taxes in a minute, but my profit before tax margin is roughly 38%. 40% margin's not bad, especially as a part-time seller working out of my house, having the flexibility that I need. Before we get into it, keep in mind I am not a CPA. This is not tax guidance. This is not tax advice. Always, always, always reach out to a CPA in your state for your tax information. I'm just sharing with you what my CPA has done and what I do for my business. You do have to pay taxes regardless of how much money you are making. It is revenue that is coming to you that you have to pay taxes on. My assumptions for taxes is a 20% federal rate, a 15% self-employment. So that is anyone who has a reselling business, 15.9% is going to be across the board. And then I live in Colorado and we have a 5% tax rate. That's 40% that I am saving every single month to be able to pay quarterly taxes, which puts my profit less tax at $2,520.22. $42 an hour to stay home with my babies, be able to take them, they're not babies anymore, but to be able to take them to and from school and aftercare. And if someone gets sick, remote learning last year, I will absolutely take $42. But keep in mind, when you see those gross numbers, this $2,500 is closer to reality than that big flashy gross number that you're seeing on social media. If you like this video, YouTube also thinks you'll like this video. I will link a playlist here of other videos that you guys like, and make sure to hit subscribe. This is a monthly video as well as a weekly series of how much money I'm making, can I make my goal, what sold for me,